If you're going through what this video is about, it can be a little hard hitting for you. And so I'm going to try to be as compassionate as I can be in discussing this topic, because I want you to have something you can work with. At the Marriage Foundation, we don't analyze things. What we do is we look for the way to improve your marriage, to improve your situation in a way that really, really makes sense. So if you're feeling empty in your marriage, that's heavy duty. But I want you to know it's definitely not too late. And this is not an uncommon thing to occur. To be perfectly honest with you, I would say that, well, let's face it, over 50% of all marriages that begin end in divorce. And of those that remain together, I'm going to bet you that 35 or 40% of those, the individuals have this feeling. And in many, they turn to alcohol or drugs to sort of hide from the reality of this emptiness that they're feeling. I'm Paul Friedman, by the way. I founded the Marriage Foundation in 2001. I'm not a Western psychologist. I was a divorce mediator. And my story is very simple. A couple asked me to help them save their marriage instead of end it. And wow, a lot of discoveries that I made. And we've helped thousands of people since then, thousands and thousands. So if you're feeling empty, let's analyze that. And we don't really analyze a lot of things, but this can be analyzed as an equation. An empty feeling is an emotion, but it's preceded by a vacancy of happiness and love. You're feeling unfulfilled, thus empty. And what that means is that love that you expected subconsciously as well as consciously, it was a given. When you got married, we're going to be happy. We're going to feel this love. We're going to be riding on a wave of sunshine until the day we die. That's the expectation all of us have when we get married. And there's a reason for that. So let's go back to why you expect to be very happy, very in love for the rest of your life. You expect it, and this is a little deep, but stay with me. The reason you expect it is because you and your soulmate are souls, and souls, the essence of a soul is love, joy. This is what we are underneath it all. We're love and joy. And then we find that person in the world who taps into that. And here's the part where we get off track. They tap into it, we feel that love, but we don't realize that where that love is coming from is ourself, right? We think he or she loves us. Oh my God, I'm floating on that love coming from my husband or from my wife. No, you're floating on the love that you are giving to your husband or your wife. And the reason why there's emptiness now is because you have failed to cultivate that love. You have just let it peter out. Now, it's not gone, of course not. But by not cultivating that love, by not introducing more and more and more reason to experience that love, you have lost sight of it. Thus, you have lost sight of the happiness. Thus, you're not feeling fulfilled. Let's go further. Many people who have hit this state have a little too much wine in the evening, a little too much beer on the weekends, because they want to escape it. Or they smoke a little pot. Oh, I feel a little better now, and da-da-da-da. But it isn't going to make it. It doesn't do it. In fact, almost every scripture says, don't get intoxicated. Why? Because it hides the number one intoxicant that takes you all the way, which is love. That's the greatest intoxicant there is. When you learn how to love unconditionally, you're literally one with God. In other words, I haven't learned it yet either. But that's what our mission is in our marriage. So let's put it into a very simple to-do. Your to-do is using this theme. I am here in this marriage to learn to love my husband or my wife unconditionally. That's why I'm here. How do I do that? I give love. I do things that express the love in my heart. And I hear, oh, but I don't feel it. You are in charge of your mind. You are in charge of what you do. If you don't feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing anything for them right now, I'm tired, and besides, they've been an a-hole towards me, override that. I love them, and I'm doing it because I love them. And remember the equation. The equation is this. To get love, we give love, not as a reciprocation, but as a natural flow of that love through us. Let me explain. This is very deep and it's very beautiful. I actually really enjoy explaining this because it's so deep. And I don't remember where I learned it, but it's solid as ice. We don't create love individually. We don't. We can hardly cook eggs well. We don't create love, do we? Admit it. You can't create love. Where does it come from? The source of love is God. How do we feel love? We feel it here, not up here. This is emotional nonsense. That's just the mind telling you somebody loves you. But when you're feeling love, God is pouring through you. So how do you make that happen? Let's do this sort of schematically. Imagine that within you is a reservoir of liquid love. The source of that liquid love is the river of God's love coming into you. Now pretend you have doors on your heart, and the doors are holding back that love. And out of fear, always out of fear, maybe they don't love me as much as I love them, or they're going to think that I'm a sap or a doormat. Out of fear, we don't open up the doors of our heart. Change that. Why? Because when you do, that river of love will flow through you, energize you, and your mate will feel it. Now, then you might say, but you just said we don't feel love by getting love. No, but we feel the effects of it. And so when your mate feels the effects of it, what are they going to do? They're going to love you back. And now we have changed everything. Because the cycle was, I don't love them, they don't love me, what's life worth living, and all that nonsense. In fact, I wrote a book. It's called Breaking the Cycle. Because most of us get into this negative cycle in our marriage, where the depletion of this experience of love takes over. We need to change that. We need to break that cycle and reverse it and recreate the cycle into, this is amazing. I've never felt so much love in my life. How do you get there? Well, I can teach you. I do have the books, but I also have a course for men and a course for women. And you got to know all the principles, all the equations. You got to know it. But the basis is this. You got married in order to learn to love unconditionally. Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. Been saving marriages since 2001. Now, what can we say about not giving up and not settling? These are two big deals. that for your marriage, these are vital concepts. And they boil down to two things that we offer you. One are the books that we have. I have Lessons for a Happy Marriage, which is the first book that I wrote, and Breaking the Cycle. They're both great. Flip a coin as to which one you want. That's for not settling. Those books lay out for you exactly what marriage is all about. The guidelines, the intricacies, delves into communication, all the things about marriage that you need to know. And if your marriage is doing fine, but you just have this little problem here, this little problem there, but it's basically doing fine, don't settle. I promise you this, when you read one of these books, you're going to learn more about marriage than you even knew you didn't know, and it's going to change everything for the better. You will be so grateful that you took my advice and got one of those books. Now, the Don't Give Up. When I began, I was structuring, compiling all the marriage help that people need in order to save their marriage. I was a divorce mediator until 2001, and so I was fortunate that I was accessing a support group for those who were going to get a divorce called Second Saturday in San Diego, California. And so I was able to pull out of those sessions individuals, after I told them that I could help them save their marriage, who were beyond on the verge of getting a divorce. I'm going to say 95 to 98% of the people for whom I got a divorce shouldn't have, didn't need to, had they known what I now know. I took all of that knowledge and I put it into comprehensive courses, one for men and one for women. These courses, your course based on your gender, will bring you from the depth of the swamp that you find yourself in, out of that, into the light, and help you achieve a marriage you never even dreamed possible. That's a promise. Now, what if you're not even married? What if you're going to get married and you're just looking around for marriage advice? In that case, and I actually created this for some friends, we have a premarital course, which is amazing. You'll never have a problem in your marriage. Well, like nobody ever has a problem, but you won't have any killer problems. You'll know how to be married to get the most out of your marriage. What if you're only dating? Then I have a course for you too. This one I actually created for my son, and it is a step-by-step process for you to attract your soulmate, and in the right way. I'm so glad that you found us. Please take advantage of that which we have to offer. We are here to serve you. I'm Paul Friedman. God bless you, and take care.